My name is Mag212, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to modify the NERF Modulus Tri-Strike. I'm going to be covering quite a few things in this video, so here is a table of contents of all of the modifications I will be performing. I'm first removing all of the attachments from the Tri-Strike so I can focus on the main blaster. Before you disassemble your blaster, you need to take a hammer and use the claw side and pull the bolt out. Once you've done that, you can take your screwdriver and unscrew all of the screws. After you've fully unscrewed the blaster, you can start to carefully lift apart the shell, separating the top half from the bottom half. This is what the internal should look like. I'd recommend against messing with this portion because you could potentially screw up your slam fire. To increase the spring power, you first need to remove your plunger tube from the Modulus blaster, and this is your catch mechanism, and this piece is your spring rest. You could replace the spring altogether with an orange ModWorks spring, but for people who don't have the materials, I'm going to be making a hot glue spacer which will compress your spring and give you more power. I've marked off a little more than ½ inch, that's how much glue I'll be applying to the plunger rod. There are many ways you can do this, but I'm using a hot glue gun to carefully apply low temperature hot glue to the plunger rod to create a spring spacer / compressor. I'm just applying a lot and wetting my finger to smooth out the spacer. After your glue has dried, it should look something like this. As you can see, it will further compress the spring. Reassembly is as easy as just doing the reverse of what you did to take things out. When inserting your plunger tube, make sure the 2 notches are in the grooves on the other side so your plunger tube doesn't move. When reinserting the catch, the jagged side will be facing the rear of your blaster. I'm just showing you how to insert it. It's a little bit hard to describe, but it will only fit if you put it in this way. You can test your catch by moving it up and down. And lastly, don't forget your spring rest, which you have to put in, or else your spring will not compress properly. Your blaster should look like this once you reassemble. The last step is to take the other side of your Tri-Strike, put it back on, and reinsert all of the screws. There's not a lot of modification potential for the front attachment, but I will be disassembling it and increasing the air seal. You only need to take out the screws in the grip to pull it off, and you can slide out your plunger rod. The fit here is very bad and it's a not good air seal, so I'm going to be taking off this O-ring with my screwdriver, wiping off all of the lubricant, and I'm going to be applying Teflon tape underneath, or you can use electrical tape. I'm just putting it underneath where the O-ring will go, and that's about 2.5 wraps, so I'm going to put my O-ring back on and test the seal. It feels like it's pushing more air, so I'm going to take the grip, make sure to put the plunger rod, attach it to the grip, and reattach the other side of the grip. For the missile launcher, I'm going to be removing this grill right here to allow more air to flow out. I'm just taking my drill and a properly sized bit and just drilling out the grate. And once you clean it up, it should look like this. So that's my modification on the NERF Modulus Tri-Strike. While the performance of the main blaster increased quite a bit from the spring compression, the other components like the missile launcher and mega launcher did not, so I wouldn't recommend messing with those parts. It's just not worth it in my opinion. But that's the end of my modification guide on the NERF Modulus Tri-Strike. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching.